Happy Thursday. I'm just getting set up here on oh, TikTok cut me off, so let's try this again. Technology. I love it. We all love it when it works, but when it doesn't, it's a different story. And I just got on, I'm live on my TikTok account on my phone, and I'm live on my YouTube channel on my MacBook Pro. And I just went live on TikTok. So TikTok is sending out notifications that I'm live. So anyway, it's Thursday. It's August 21st. Happy Thursday. Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Johnny. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. And actually, I titled this today. I've been doing these every day now. It's actually over a month. Why you're doing this? Why are you on social media? And it's funny because nobody seems to want to answer that. Good morning, Ed. Good morning, Marissa. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Again, I'd love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media. And Justin, Willie, please don't send me that. I'm not gonna. If I bring a guest out on as a live on one of these, I will invite. So please stop. Please stop sending me that message, Willie. If I'm going to bring somebody on and invite somebody on to one of these lives, it's somebody I'm going to personally reach out to. So please stop sending that, because then it interrupts me and I got to go to TikTok and click cancel. So if you're jumping on, good morning, Cassie. Good morning, Abdul. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. And some of you, good morning, AFox. What do people call you? Good morning, Victoria. Good morning, Shango. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, Mike. I can see on my TikTok account who's jumping on YouTube. It just shows me the number of people on. Unless you comment, I'm not going to know you're there. And people seem to get on these lives and hide. They don't want to comment anything. And you can jump on these lives. You could be doing anything. You could be laying on your couch. You could be in a bathtub, and you can get on these lives, and you don't really have to do anything. Good morning, Colleen. Good morning, Robert. I think that's why people like to do this. They like to jump on, and they jump on and off on these because it's so easy to do that. Good morning, Lorena. That you can just jump on. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to show your face. I've been doing these now. I've been here every morning for a little over a month now at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today I was going to talk about what is your why. And it's funny, every time I ask on this live, where are you coming in from? Why are you on social media? Most people don't want to answer. And if you weren't looking for something, you probably wouldn't be on social media. And there's over 5 billion people on social media every single day. And you're looking for something. And I do find people get on these, they get off, they get on. And then if I go over and look at their profile, they're either looking for ways to make money online, or they're trying to, and they're not getting any kind of results or good results. Good morning, Anne. If you're jumping on, if you liked my live, whether you're on my YouTube channel or my TikTok account, I'd really appreciate it. It would help my accounts out. But there's got to be some reason. And I did have somebody, one guy that said to me, he was on TikTok because he was bored. So he's just jumping on. I mean, I'm not on here because I'm bored. I do online marketing, making money from home. I teach other people how to do the same thing. Next month, it'll be 14 years that I've been doing this. I haven't worked a full-time job in over 9 years. So I'll never work another 9-to-5 job again. I don't have to. And I got in this industry because I lost my job, and that was in 2011. I couldn't find another one. It was the worst job market ever. People were getting 1,500 applications. And usually what you got after spending 2 to 3 hours on an application, an automated email that said, thanks for applying. If we're interested, we'll reach out to you. And then 90% of the ones I sent in, nobody contacted me. So, and I never had trouble getting a job. And the job market right now is totally different. In fact, even if you've never done anything before, you could probably walk into some place and get hired, and they'd be willing to teach you, because the staffing thing, I don't think it's as bad, but after COVID, not, they're looking for people. They're having trouble hiring people. And just about every store or restaurant I go into, there's a sign that they're looking to hire. In fact, I was in LabCorp getting my blood drawn, and I was talking to the technician. I said, "How did you learn how to do this?" I said, "Don't you have to go to school?" And she said, "Yeah, normally you'd have to go to 2 years of school." But she said she never went to school because she didn't have the money, and she got a job at a hospital that they taught her how to do that because they needed, staff so badly. They're willing to hire someone who has no experience in something, and they'll teach you. Yes, please like my live if you can, whether you're on my YouTube channel or my TikTok account. I'd really appreciate that. So you could basically, if you wanted to learn something new, go out and get a job. But since I haven't worked a job in 9 years and I don't have to, and the job that I lost, I was spending 2 to 3 hours a day commuting in my car. I don't miss that. Now my commute is literally, it's not even a minute. I go up a flight of stairs in my house. I'm in my office now. I've got my office up here. So I don't have to, and that's not even a minute that it takes me to do that. And giving up, having not to sit in a car for 2 to 3 hours a day, driving back and forth, 5 days a week. It's not fun. And towards the end, right, weeks or months before I lost my job, I was falling asleep driving home. So if any of you are doing that, and you're spending a lot of time commuting to a job. And it's just not, I was spending 2 to 3 hours commuting, and then it's another 8 hours while I was there. So that was a minimum of at least a 10-hour day every day. If you're working full time, that's 5 days a week. That's 50 hours plus anything else you might, if you work late or if you have to work late. So I have time freedom now. And when I do need time off, if you got a job, you're gonna have to go to your boss and ask for time off. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Ismala. If I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I apologize. Good morning, PJ. If you're on here and you work a full-time job, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Doris. Good morning, Edward. Drop a yes in the comments if you're working a full-time job. Why most of the people that get on these lives now, when you ask them, why are you where are you coming in from? Why are you on social media? Most people don't want an answer. And the fact is, most people that get on these, you're either looking for a way to make money from home, or you've tried or you're trying and you're not getting a result that you want. And if you just decided to do this and you don't, because and I did that the first year I did this, I didn't know anyone. I went to Google, I searched make money online, I bought a website, and they sent me a 3-page PDF about setting up pay-per-click ads. I'm an online marketer. I have a home business. I work from home using social media to get exposure to what I'm doing. I've been doing this for actually it'll be 14 years next month. I work a 2-hour workday. That's a blueprint that my mentor gave me. It's her blueprint that I'm following. Well, Doris, I mean, the remote work, there's remote jobs and there's what I'm doing. This isn't a job. There's remote jobs that you would have to go to the website, the company's website, look and see if they have any and apply. And I can tell you those work from home jobs are very hard to get now. Amazon used to have at least 100 on their website. And I think if they have any now, because since COVID, everybody wants to be home. What I do is a business. And I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this for 14 years. I haven't worked a full-time job in 9. I lost my job and I started this. And I have a mentor. And you need a mentor, you need training. I've learned how to use social media to get exposure to what I'm doing, get leads, build an email list. Because if you're using social media, you don't own your social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. You don't own them. You don't control them. You could post something that that platform doesn't like, and your account's gone. I had 10 TikTok accounts. One with over 200,000 followers. I lost the last one. I stayed off of TikTok for a year because I just was so disgusted. I lost 3 Instagram accounts. You don't own them, you don't control them, but I've mastered a skill. I know what to do. And this TikTok account and my Instagram account, I started posting on it last June. And now I'm almost at 100,000 followers on each platform. I know what to do. And I personally invested over $100,000. So if anybody's interested, maybe you have a job you don't like, or you just need to make more money, because there's people popping on here. I know I had a guy the other day, he's working 2 jobs to try to make ends meet. we're following a proven blueprint, working 2 hours a day. I have a free PDF. If you go to my website, payudaily.com, I'll put your email address in. There's 2 videos, watch them, read the page. You'll get an email from me with a link for the PDF. That's yours to keep. You can download it and save it to your computer. That is the 2-hour workday that we're following. We've got now almost 55,000 people in our group. And Doris, I mean, unfortunately, there are scams that exist in this industry. And when I got started and I didn't know anyone, I lost a lot of money, but I had to make this work. I lost my income. I needed to figure out a way to make money. I couldn't find a job. The job market was the worst job market ever. I was just saying that. So I learned, now I've got this blueprint I'm following. It's digital marketing. There's different business models. You can do network marketing. You can do affiliate marketing. You can do high ticket affiliate marketing or digital marketing or MRR, which is master resale rights. I bought, well, actually I have 4 products I bought. I paid for them. I have 100% resale rights that I can sell them over and over again. It's 100% profit direct to me. I'm not sharing the profits with anybody. And if you do network marketing, affiliate marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing, you're going to be sharing a percentage. And most of them pay between 20 and 40%. 80% of companies have affiliate programs. You can go to Walmart, Target. I did a video, and you may be on my TikTok because of this, about Adidas. They all got affiliate programs. You can sign up for free. And all of you freebie seekers that you think you can do this for free, you can go to their website, sign up, become an Adidas affiliate. They'll give you a link cookie to you that you can promote. That if anybody comes through your link and buys anything, you'll make a commission. Now, those programs, they only pay 1 to 5%. So if you even wanted to make $500, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales a month to make $500. And if you don't know how to use social media, if you don't have an email list, or you don't have an audience somewhere that you have influence over, that you could share your link with, you're probably not going to make any money. I tried the first year I did this. I did not have a mentor. I did not have a proven system. I didn't have the right kind of training. And as a result, I spent $3,000. I didn't make a dime. And I knew after that I needed to get around somebody who's done what I wanted to do. So, I mean, and you can sign up for any of those affiliate programs. Most companies, 80% of companies have affiliate programs. If you go to their website and you scroll down to the bottom, they'll have something there about affiliate. If they don't, you can contact them and ask them if they have an affiliate program. On average, they pay 1 to 5%. To me, that's not worth it, because you're gonna, even if you just want to make $500 a month, you would have to get hundreds of sales to make $500. Now, if you want to make $1,000 or more, you're going to have to get thousands of sales a month. I average 900 a sale, so I only have to get, if I get 10 sales a month, that's $9,000. And for you to make even that kind of money with any of those programs, Adidas, Walmart, Target, Amazon has one, the percentage they're paying you is so low, I don't think it's worth it. And so many of you were attracted to the free stuff because somehow you think you can, it's a high income skill that anybody can learn in about 2 weeks. You have to invest time and money into it to learn. And then you'll have to put, and how much time you're going to have to put in after that. And anybody that's making money that you see online, they're coachable, they're consistent. They showed up every day. When I say every day, I mean 7 days a week. They put in the work. And if you're all looking for a quick fix, I have people who message me that say, I'm getting evicted today. What I'm doing is not a quick fix. I suggest if you need money today, that you go drive Uber. You drive Uber today, you get paid today. I suggest highly that you go try that, because and Uber operates in 70 countries. And if you don't have a car, they have a program. They'll help you get one. And people commenting on the video about Adidas, they're not really watching the video, because I tell you what to do to go sign up. I have nothing to do with signing up with them. I'm sharing what I'm doing, and because I'm making 100% profit, I average 900 a sale. Those programs, I would never sign up for Adidas, and I don't have anything against Adidas, but they're only going to pay you 1 to 5%. I don't think it's worth it. Good morning, Henzo. Good morning, Digital Mommy. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. So that's why, and that's affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing's been around for decades. There's people also that have their own product or service that they're marketing. I have some of my own products, and I was really getting into being paid 100% the money coming direct to me. If you have your own products and you have to do customer service and all that, but the digital marketing that I'm doing, I'm promoting someone else's products. So you don't have to create the product. You don't have to do, it's digital, no shipping. You don't have to do customer service or any of that because it's done for you. You're just promoting someone. You get the resale rights. You get master resale rights, MRR. That's what that is, that you're getting the ability to promote those products over and over again and make 100% every time somebody buys from you. So I'd rather do that. The money comes directly to me. And Stripe, I like Stripe. There's all kinds of different merchant accounts. They let me withdraw up to $500 every single day. And then the money is in my bank account within like 15 minutes. Thank you for the flash call. I don't know who did that, but thank you. Good morning, Sham. Is that, what do people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing and making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. And I've been doing these lives now for a little over a month every day. I've had some people ask me to do some trainings. I did one on social media marketing last week. I was also talking about email marketing because if you're using social media, you want to be using email marketing. And if you're not using it correctly, you're probably just sending people to a page or something just to get more information, but you're not capturing their email address. You don't have a system working behind you because the one I have, it's working 24/7. That's how I've been able to make money when I'm sleeping, when I'm out doing something else. And if you're not doing that, because you can't rely on social media, you don't own your account, you can lose them at any time. You don't control them. If you post something and whatever platform you're on doesn't like what you posted, they'll start warning you. And if it's really whatever, they'll just take your account away. I've had 10 TikTok accounts. I've had 3 Instagram accounts. I had a Facebook group. I had over 60,000 people in it. I lost all of those accounts. And then when you do lose your account, you have to start from zero. Thank you for the gift, Badger. Good morning, Benji. Good morning, Jane. So if you're doing that, you're really wasting your time and there's all kinds of different reasons people are on social media. If you're promoting a cause, you got a message, you got an offline or online business and you're trying to get exposure. If you don't know the correct way how to use social media, you're never going to make any money. And there's people are dying over that video I did about Adidas. It's on its way to 30,000 comments. It's got over 1.6 million views. And people aren't watching the video and really listening to what I'm telling you. And people are going crazy over that. And they're only going to pay you 1% to 5%. Yeah, it's free. They're not going to give you any training. You're not going to get any mentorship. You're not going to get a system. They'll just give you a link with a page. And the problem with that, if you're sending people to a page like that, a sales page or a replicated website, you only have one chance to talk to that person. And then we're gone. That's it. So you're probably not going to make any money. And yeah, I do get some sales on first touch, but most people have to see something multiple times. And I had somebody that got on my email list last October of 2024. I did talk to her a few times on TikTok. She bought something from me in July. So that was 10 months. You've got to be generating leads, getting people into a system that is following up with people for you. And it's running 24/7 because you got to nurture the leads. And then eventually, if you're brand new and you've never done this before, yeah, you could get a sale, but reality is you probably won't until you're doing this for a while. And we just had somebody in our group that posted she'd been in 8 months and she got her first sale. She kept going at it. And the first year I did this, I didn't make any money. I didn't have a system. I didn't have a mentor. And even after 5 years, I started making a little bit of money. So you can't do this by yourself. If you think you can, go ahead. I have a free PDF you can have. Go ahead and go to payudaily.com. I'll email you with the PDF. You can work off of that and see how it goes. But I did that for a year. I didn't make any money. I had no mentor. I had no system. I had no formal training. And a 3-page PDF that was just telling me what sites I could go to set up pay-per-click ads. I did spend $3,000 and I didn't make any money. Somebody's commenting, what? I mean, that if you have a question, put the question in the comments. I don't know what you mean by what. I'm talking about affiliate, working online, making money from home, affiliate marketing, network marketing, digital marketing. Affiliate marketing's been around for ever, decades. It's not new. And most companies in the world, 80% of companies have affiliate programs that you can join. And all you freebie seekers, you can sign up for free and they'll pay you to promote their products. On average, they pay 1 to 5%. Amazon has one. And they're going to make much more in a sale than you will. And even if you want to make $500 a month, you're going to have, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales a month to even make 500. If you want to make 1,000, you're going to have to get thousands of sales a month. And they're going to pay you a tiny little bit. I don't think that's worth it. You can go ahead and do that. You're not going to be building an email list. This is a business, and if you're serious, you have to realize you're going to have to start investing time and money how to do this, because you want to send people to a capture page or a website where you can get their email address and get them on your email list that you can keep communicating with them. Because if you're just talking to them once, sending to a sales page or replicated website or just a page with information, and you're not getting their email address, you only have that one chance to talk to them. Yeah, you can get some sales and first touch. I do, but most people have to see something multiple times before they make a decision. And you're probably not using social media correctly. And all of you that are jumping on, I did a video on my TikTok account about Adidas. Yeah, they have an affiliate program. Yeah, you can join for free. All you freebie seekers, but you're not going to get any training or any mentorship. And if you don't know how to use social media and you don't have an email list or an audience somewhere that you have influence over, you're probably not going to make any money. You're going to have to learn how to use social media. We do it for free to generate leads, get them on your email list, and learn how to nurture the leads. And if you're not doing that, you're missing out. And I spent a year doing that. I didn't have a system. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have the right training. And I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads, and I didn't make any money. I was new. I didn't know anybody. There wasn't anybody for me to ask. And somehow I knew, and I think it was God telling me people are making money on the internet. I couldn't find a job. I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was being sued. My one brother who I adored, he passed away. And I had to think of something. I had to make this work. Because I knew at that point I wasn't going to be able to find a job. And if I did find a job, and the one I did find, it was $12.50 an hour in a call center. I'm grateful for it every day. It kept me alive and kept me going. But I was clearing like $400 a week. That wasn't even anywhere near the money I was making at the job I lost. So I had to make this work. And a lot of you, you get all, starry eyed in the thought of, and there's people that make a tremendous amount of money doing this. But those people people are making, like I've seen somebody make $100,000 in a day and another person make over 100 grand in a day. They're highly skilled. It's mindset and skill set. And you can go and try to do this yourself, but the different people that I've learned from, that I've been able to take what I've applied and learned, and I've spent over $100,000 since I started this. I've made more than that now. I've made that all back and more. If you think you can do this by yourself, go ahead, try it. You need a mentor, you need training, you need a system. And a lot of you that you're jumping all over that Adidas video because you think that's so great. Yeah, you can sign up for free. They'll give you an affiliate link that you can promote. And if anybody goes through your link and buys anything, they'll pay you a percentage. And they're only going to pay you 1 to 5%. So you're going to be making beans for doing that. And if you even want to make $500 a month, if you're going to do that, you're going to end up having to get hundreds of sales a month just to make $500. I get 100% profit. I average 900 a sale. So if I get 10 sales, that's $9,000. And that would take you to make $9,000 doing the Adidas program. You'd have to get thousands of sales a month. And if you don't know how to use social media, if you don't have an email list or an audience somewhere you have influence over, you're probably not going to make any money, because we're all using social media for free. But yeah, you got to learn the correct way to use social media. And so many people that I talk to, they have no idea what they're doing. And then anytime you're spamming anybody, any kind of link, if you're spamming on their content or you're spamming them in Messenger or sending them to a link or something, it's spam. A professional marketer doesn't do that. And if you want to send something to somebody, you should always ask if they're open to take a look at it. And that's prospecting. And I've done that. And what I'm doing is I'm using automation and leverage. and a proven system. And that works way better on attraction marketing. I don't have to go messaging people. If you learn traction marketing the correct way in social media, you can have people come to you. So you don't have to go messaging people like that. And if you're on, you've probably got messages like that from somebody, and you don't might be somebody you don't even know. But you don't ever want to send a link to anybody without asking them if their permission, if they're willing to take a look at what you're doing. Um, but you want to learn the correct way to use social media marketing, build an email list that you can continue to build, because that's an asset. You own that, you control it. Nobody can take that away from you. If you're jumping on, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like my live, whether you're on my TikTok or my YouTube channel. It would help my accounts out. I really appreciate that. But that I mean, and I've been here every day. I'm going to continue to do this. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sharing stuff, and the few people, you got a question, drop it in the comments. You're trying to do something you need help with, drop it in the comments. If I can do a training on it, I'd be glad to do it. If I've done it and it's something I've made money with, if it's something I haven't made any money with, I don't think that's ethical to teach on something you haven't done, but I probably can give you a resource. I know a lot of things. I don't know everything. Gil, you're saying what I'm talking about online marketing and making money from home. That's what I do. I've been doing this actually be 14 years next month. I haven't worked a full-time job in over 9. And I've got a mentor. I've learned a proven system. Okay, you know what? I don't tolerate I don't tolerate negative comments. So you're gone. Because there's no reason. I'm spending this time coming on here, and then I got people on here making nasty comments. So if you do that, I block you, whether it's my live or one of my videos. That there's no reason for that. And there's so many people that I'm learning in the world, they don't know how to be kind. To come and make a comment like that. And this person's username is convict318, and they're on my YouTube channel. So I don't appreciate that. I don't need that. I spend a lot of time doing these. I'm on here, at least like almost an hour every day or over that. And I got some people coming on here making nasty comments. So that person, you're gone. I'll block you, whether you're on my live and you're making nasty comments, or you're on one of my YouTube videos. I'm on here. I'm giving out free value. I've personally spent over $100,000 to learn from different people. And the people you see making money, I'm not any smarter than anybody. I may work harder, but I had to make this work. And I've invested in myself. I've spent over $100,000. I've gone through coaching courses, gone to live events to learn some of this stuff. And I have learned stuff, and I've been making money from this since I lost my job. I don't need a job. I don't want a job. And that's why I don't have the freedom to do what I want. And then I got some, bozo, I'll call them, leaving negative comments on my live. So I don't tolerate that. I will block you. And I put too much effort into this. And I'm not, I don't get paid for coming on here. And TikTok pays me pennies for these live streams. It might be lunch money over a week or two. So I'm getting on here. I'm sharing free value. I'm sharing what I've learned. If you got questions, drop it in the comments. If there's something you're trying to figure out, and I've done it, I'd be glad to do a training. If I haven't done it, I don't think it's ethical to train on stuff you haven't done, but I can give you a resource. So if you need help, let me know. Drop in the comments, or you can send an email to lindabomba@payudaily.com, and I can answer you if there's something you're trying to figure out. I can do that. So, and I was just talking about somebody at Bozo leaving really nasty comments on my live stream. I'm here doing this. I'm giving out free value, and and in fact, I don't tolerate any negative comments on anything, whether it's a live or videos I've posted or anything else. It's just, it's not necessary. And why you would, and this guy's username is convict318, spelled with a K. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, David. Good morning, Mommy Yum Yum. That's what do people call you? Good morning, Smokey. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I really appreciate it if you like the video, whether you're on my TikTok account or my YouTube channel. If anybody's got questions, drop in the comments today. Mark this your why. And every time on these lives, I ask people that are on why are you on social media. I've gotten very few answers to that, and I don't know if it's, I mean, I think one of the things that attract people to these lives, you can jump on, you don't have to say anything. Nobody can see you. And on YouTube, I can only see the number of people are on TikTok, I can see people coming on, but it doesn't give me a total. So if I got like 10 people that's telling me 10 people on, I can't see all 10 at once. It does show me people coming on. So I think that's one of the things that people are attracted to, live streams. And these people, I'm assuming you guys don't live stream yourself, because when I'm live like this, I mean, it does take energy. And I got people jumping on. Good morning, Sharon. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. If you've got a question, drop in the comments. I'd be glad to try to answer it for you. If I don't know, I can probably give you a resource, because I know a lot of things. I don't know everything. And I don't think it's ethical. If it's something I haven't done, I haven't made money with, I don't think it's ethical to train or teach in something that you haven't done. I'm pretty sure I probably can give you a resource. I know a lot of people, I don't know everything. But you guys you're coming on here for a reason. And nobody seems to want to, say why you're on here. Now, I did have one guy that answered that, and he said to me he was bored, so he just decided to jump on TikTok. But the fact is, most of the people that you come to my channel, you're looking for ways to make money. And the question, am I selling a digital marketing course? It's a program. It's not a course. It's an interactive program, where you get resale rights. There's 4 products from $100 to $900. You can get any one of those. If you buy the 900, you're opening up 4 income streams. There's training there that we teach you the correct way to use social media, build an email list, and you can resell those products over and over again. It's master resale rights, MRR. You may not, or I call it digital marketing. You may not be familiar with that, but you can earn 100% profit. And that comes to you, and you can resell that. You get resale rights. You can resell it over and over again, and keep continuing to make money. I've done network marketing. I've done affiliate marketing. I've done high ticket affiliate marketing. And then I do have some of my own products, which those I make 100%. But if you're doing any of the others, you're paying a percentage. And like affiliate marketing, most affiliate programs pay you 20 to 40%. And we give you, we get you set up with a done for you system. There's interactive training during the week when my mentor gets on Zoom, does a training. She breaks us out into groups of like smaller groups, 2, 3, 4 people. And then comes back. I mean, she does those every week. There's other trainings, mentoring during the week. There's tech calls if you need help. So this is a program. And if you want to learn the correct way to use social media and all that, then you need to start going through the program, get on the calls. If you have questions, you can ask questions, or you can go. We have a group of 55,000 people, but it teaches you the correct way to use social media, build an email list, attraction marketing. And there's an awful lot of people using social media. Like this guy, I'm calling him a bozo, leaving a negative comment. That's on my YouTube channel. And it just kind of shows some people's ignorance. I'm on here for free every day. I'm giving out free value. I'm sharing stuff that I've learned, and I've personally spent over $100,000 to learn from different people, coaching, courses, events, all, programs. I've done it pretty much all. I've tried different business models, drop shipping, Amazon. And I do think that digital marketing, because you're making 100%, is the best choice. And I've done high ticket affiliate marketing, where I had somebody come through my link. What she bought was $25,000, which is great. I made 27%, because the affiliate programs aren't going to pay you 100% of that. I made $6,200. I made that in a day. I woke up to that. That is more money than I made in a month when I still work in a job. But over 18,000 went to the company. It was all my effort, the same amount of effort. And I'd rather get 100% profit comes to me. And with affiliate programs, network marketing, they'll give you a pay schedule. The money goes to the company, or with what I'm doing, it comes direct to me. They will hold it, and most of them give you a schedule when they'll pay out, and they have certain rules around that. They may not pay you out till you reach a certain threshold, like 50 or $100. So if you make $20, you're not going to see that till you get to 100. So you got to, and they can change that at any time. They can change the payment processor. If you want to know more, go to payudaily.com, or go to the link in my bio. I have a free PDF. Watch the 2 videos, read the page, and then you can decide, make an educated decision. If you have questions, you can respond back to my email. But that's where, if you want to, you need to get more information and make an educated decision, go to payudaily.com. Or go, if you're on my TikTok account, go to my profile. There's a link there, payudaily.com. You can do that too. Good morning, Lou. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Um, okay, I blocked the person that was leaving the nasty comments because I'm not going to put up with that. So yeah, if you, and your handle name is as seen on TV, but I'm sure that's not what people call you. But go look, watch the 2 videos, read the page. You'll get an email from me with a link with the PDF. That's the blueprint I'm using. You can keep that. You can download that. You can save that to your computer. I mean, if you want to work off that. But I did that for a year when I got into this. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have formal training. I didn't have a proven system. And I did that for a year. I was sending traffic, pay-per-click ads, to a replicated website. I spent $3,000. I didn't make a dime. And you can't do this by yourself. And if you think, you need a mentor. And anybody you see making money, they were coachable, consistent, they put in the work, and you can get this down to 2 hours a day. But depending, if you're starting out and you've never done it before, it's probably going to take you longer till you get into a routine, and you start getting better with creating content. We're all using social media for free. I haven't spent a dime on ads. And my mentor, who she put this whole thing together, it's her program. She's made $7 million in less than 3 years without spending a dime on paid advertising. And yeah, you can do paid advertising, that works. But like Facebook ads, they're a skill you have to master. And if you don't know what you're doing, you might be able to get an ad up, but that doesn't mean it's going to convert into anything. And there's a lot of moving parts with Facebook ads. You could do solo ads, which you pay for clicks, you send them your link, and that may or may not convert, depending on the solo ad vendor you're using. You can do pay-per-click ads. There's plenty of ways you can do paid advertising, but that's not what we're doing here. And I've personally generated tens of thousands of leads using social media for free. And if you learn how to use it correctly, you can get exposure for anything. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're promoting an online business, an offline business, you got a message you're trying to get out, or a cause you're supporting. You can get on social media and use that. There's over 5 billion people a day on social media. You can get yourself in front of masses of people like you never could before without the internet and social media. I have actually the first mentor I ever got. She's been in this industry for over 25 years. And when she started, she was doing everything like putting, posters, like paper on telephone poles and trees, and going to the mall and bugging people at the mall and family and friends. And with this program, you don't have to do that. And I've done that. I've done prospecting. It works. I was living in Messenger. I was with a network marketing company. I personally signed over 350 people into that program, and I was prospecting people. And I was spending, I got totally burned out, truthfully, and said, I just don't want to do that anymore. If that's what I got to do to make money, I'm finding a system like this that you're, working 2 hours a day, and you can get this down to 2 hours a day. You post 3 videos a day on the social media platform of your choice. Now, if you're new, you could get a sale right away. But if you're new and you don't have an audience on social media, you don't have an email list, you don't have an audience somewhere you have influence over, you're probably not going to make any money. And I'm just being truthful, because this does, take skill. It's mindset and skill set. And if I lost my social media accounts again, this TikTok account is new, my Instagram account's new, I know what to do. It's those skills that you master that nobody can ever take away from you. So you want to focus on mastering skills. And the people you see making money is because they've mastered some skills. And a guy I saw, and I know he made over $100,000 in a day. Another one made $100,000 in a day. They're highly skilled. They've been doing this for over 20 years. And you only have to get really good at one thing in this industry, and you can make a lot of money. But most people, and I find it fascinating, and I've seen people spend tens of thousands of dollars, they don't do anything. I find that fascinating. And why you join something, and that's why I named the live today, What is your why? Why are you doing this? And when I ask people, well, why are you on social media? Hardly anybody answers. I started doing this because I lost my job, and that was in 2011. I worked in cancer research for 16 years. I couldn't find a job, and what I did was very specialized. I had got like a total of 3 interviews in a year. I was having to spend 2 to 3 hours to fill out one application. People were getting 1,500 applications for one position. So if you even made it out of the stack that anybody called you, the job market's the worst I ever saw. I couldn't get a job, and eventually, when I finally found one, it was 12.50 an hour in a call center. I lost that job too, and I just decided I'm not going to keep doing this. And 12.50 an hour, I don't know. I don't think anybody can live off of that. If anybody's on here, if you're getting near retirement or you're already retired and you're trying to live off of Social Security, I think the most that anybody can get from Social Security is like $2,200. And nobody can live off that. So and maybe some of you have full-time jobs. Well, I actually, you're not even looking at it, and I'm not gonna say the name of the program. That defeats the purpose. Because if you go and you need if you're serious, you need to absorb the information, watch the videos, read the page. You'll get an email from me with the free PDF. If you don't wanna do that, fine. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Mama Likes 22. What do people call you? Um, why are you on social media? So I am live streaming. I'm going back and forth here because I've got TikTok on my phone and I've got YouTube on um, my MacBook Pro. So I'm streaming in 2 places. I've been doing these every day for a little over a month now. I do online marketing, making money from home, and despite the fact that nobody seems to want to come out and say, "Well, why are you're on social media?" Chances are you're looking for a way to make extra money, make money from home, or you've already been trying it. You're not getting the results you want, or there's something that doesn't agree with you, so you're looking. And nobody wants to come on and say that. That's why I'm on social media. I'm here every day. I post 3 videos on my TikTok account every day. I post those same 3 videos on my Instagram account. That's how I'm getting traffic, and I'm sending them to an automated system that does the work for me and sends emails out. It works 24/7. And when I first started this, I didn't have that. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have training. I didn't have a system. They sent me a 3-page PDF showing how to set up pay-per-click ads, which I was going through that. I was setting them up. I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads. I didn't make a dime over a year. I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. You never want to send traffic to a sales page or a page where you can't capture the person's email address, because then you only have that one chance to talk to them and they're gone. And most people have to see something multiple times. I do get sales on first touch, but most people are going to have to come back and look at something. Good morning, Mandy. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I can't see, I can only see a number on my YouTube channel. So unless you comment, and the bozo that was on that I blocked that was leaving negative comments, I will block you if you leave negative comments on my live or any of my videos. I don't tolerate that. I put too much work into this for people to come and spam like that. And whoever said, if you don't have something nice to say, not to say anything, most people should take that to heart. Because some people, and it's amazing. Most people don't know how to be kind, and to say something nasty like that. It's not called for. And I don't know who said, if you don't have anything nice to say, it's better not to say anything at all. But there's a lot of people that could take that in to consideration, because you end up saying something that's not nice. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Vasavan. And if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I apologize. But I am here. If you got a question, drop in the comments. If there's something you need help with, drop in the comments. If I've done it, I'd be glad to do a training on these. Somebody last week asked me to do a training on social media marketing, which I did. I did one on email marketing. I'd be glad to do training if it's something I've done and I've used and I made money from it. If I haven't done it, I don't think it's ethical to train on stuff you haven't done. I can probably give you a resource And if you have a question, I don't know the answer. I know a lot of things. I don't know everything. I've met a lot of people, so I can probably give you a resource. Um, Good morning, Georgia. Snare, you're saying randomly saw a crash out on my feed by. Were you talking about your account when you say you saw a crash? I'm not sure what you mean. But good morning, Snare. Is that what people call you? Good morning, Georgia. Good morning, Roger. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. It'll be 14 years in September. I've been doing this. Good morning, Robert. I got in this industry after I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was being sued. My one brother, who I adored, he passed away. And I was desperate to try to find a way to make money. And I literally went to Google, searched make money online, and I found this industry and I found digital marketing. And if it wasn't for that, I'd probably be homeless and lost my house. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, cool. What do people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. So I've been doing this for a long time, and I haven't worked a full-time job in over 9 years. I know a lot of things. I don't know everything, but I'm on here every single day, live streaming. I'm live streaming on my TikTok account and also on my YouTube channel. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Rachel. Drop them in the comments. I'd love to know why you're on social media, where you're coming in from. And if anybody has a question, if I can answer it, I will. If I can't, I'll give you a resource. If you're trying to figure something out, I'd be glad to do a training. Good morning, Mike. I did a training on social media marketing that someone asked me. I did one last week. I did one. I was talking about email marketing. Good morning, Robs. Because if you're on social media and you're using it for whatever the reason, and you're not using email marketing, you're not sending people to something, a capture page, a website, a squeeze page, a landing page, they're all the same thing, where you can capture the person's email address, get them on your email address and keep communicating with them. Because if you're doing what I did when I started, I was sending people to a replicated website, not getting their information. I didn't have a system. I didn't know what that was. I spent $3,000 in pay-per-click ads. I didn't make any money, nothing converted, because you have to keep talking to people. You have to be generating leads, which you can do for free on social media, and then can continue to keep talking to people, because you have to nurture those leads. I had somebody who got on my email list last October 2024. I talked to her a few times on TikTok, and she just bought something from me in July. So that she was on my list for 10 months, hearing from me. And then I talked to her a few times on TikTok. That's how she found me from TikTok. You're probably not going to make any money. And yeah, you could make some money. You could send people to like a sales page or a replicated website, and somebody might buy something, but most people don't buy on first touch. And if you think about your own buying habits, you may see something and you may continue to keep looking at it. Go back and look at it, whether you saw it in a store or you saw it online or you did both. Good morning, Gypsy. Good morning, Rival Fire America. What do people call you? So you have to continue to keep nurturing them and talk to them. So how long it may take you. And the first year I did this, I didn't make a dime. And even after 5 years, I started making a little bit of money. I didn't have then what I have today. I have an interactive system. I've got a mentor. I got a proven system that runs for me 24/7. And I didn't have any of that. And if you don't, that's how you can, good morning, Herb. That's how you can be making money when you're sleeping or when you're doing something else. Good morning, Edmundo. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from, where you can get the freedom that you can basically be doing anything. And this is running for you 24/7. You can get this down to working 2 hours a day. But if you've never done this before, it's probably going to take you a while till you learn some things. And I'm on multiple platforms. I'm just not on TikTok and YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. And I've been doing this for a long time. I do suggest if you're new, you pick one platform, do that till you master it. Pick something you like, because if you don't like it, you're not going to stay on it. If you live in the United States, we all don't know what the fate of TikTok's going to be. And President Trump, he signed another 90-day thing on June 19th. That's up. That expires on September 19th, which is a couple weeks away. I don't know that he can keep signing these 90-day things, and there hasn't been anybody that's come forward to raise their hand to say that they're seriously interested in buying TikTok, somebody who lives in the US or United Kingdom, somebody that doesn't live in China. And there's an awful lot of people on TikTok every single day using it for different reasons. And I don't think TikTok wants to lose all of the people in the US using it, but they don't really have, you know, unless they go and I don't know if they're even trying to find somebody in the US or another country to buy TikTok. Nobody's really been talking about it. And to date, there hasn't been a serious buyer. And I was kind of hoping maybe President Trump would talk Elon Musk into buying TikTok, but I know they had some falling out. I don't even know how much they're on speaking terms at this point, but nobody's come forward. So if you live in the US and you're on TikTok, none of us know what the fate of TikTok is going to be. And if President Trump doesn't sign another 90-day order on September 19th, or someone hasn't come forward and is a serious buyer and wants to buy TikTok, none of us know what's going to happen. Good morning, Wayne. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I was just talking about the fate of TikTok. If you're on TikTok and you're using it for some reason and you live in the US, none of us know really what the fate of TikTok is. President Trump has signed 3 90-day things. Now, thank you, Wayne, for liking the video. I appreciate it. If you'd like my video, whether you're on my TikTok account or my YouTube channel, I appreciate it. None of us know what's going to happen with TikTok. I am on multiple platforms. I've been doing this for a long time. If you're new, I do suggest you start with one. You pick one platform and do it till you master it. And then once you start getting, you're building an account, you're getting views, you're getting followers, you're getting leads, and maybe even getting some sales, then move on to another platform. And I spent a year in a coaching program learning Instagram. I mean, I had an Instagram account from 2016, but I didn't really use it. Thank you for the rose, Wayne. I really appreciate it. So good morning, Christy. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Thank you, Wayne, for liking it. I really appreciate it. If you're trying to use social media you're on TikTok, I don't know if you have a backup plan or not, and you live in the United States, because TikTok, if you were on in January, it was like January 19th, it did go dark for 14 hours. And then President Trump signed that 90-day thing. Nobody has come forward as a serious buyer. And so if you live in the US, we don't know the fate of it. In fact, I have software I want to use on TikTok because I'm getting a ton of leads right now that they have to be answered manually. The company has it beta and they're not opening it up to anybody in the US because all this uncertainty. And I don't know if anybody knows, can President Trump keep signing 90-day things? Is there a limit? Because he's already done 3. The third one was in June. He did January, April, and then like June. If he does another one in September, on September 19th, because that's when the 90 days are up, that would be like the 4th one. And that would only last to like the middle of December. So it's still, without anybody seriously coming forward saying they want to buy TikTok. Good morning, Barb. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. If you have a question, drop in the comments. If you have a training or something you're trying to figure out, I'd be glad to do that. If I've done it, because I don't think it's ethical to train or teach on stuff you haven't done. And if I haven't done it, if it's something I haven't done, made money with, I could probably give you a resource. I mean, I had a guy on my YouTube channel that's been asking me to do a training about CPA marketing. I mean, I know what CPA marketing is, but I've never done it. So I don't think I can ethically train or teach on it. I did give him some resources because if you're trying to learn something, and that's where the investment that you have to invest time and money to learn something, that he could get a course if he really wants to learn it. And then he can go through the course and implement what that person's showing him. And he'd probably end up getting a better result if that's what he wants to do. And CPA marketing is cost per action. If you're not familiar with it, but I've never done it. I've never made money from it. I know what it is, but I don't think it's ethical to train or teach and stuff you haven't done. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. If you have a question, put it in now in the like next minute or two because I'm getting close to an hour here. Good morning, Kimmy. I've got other things I got to do to get off this live stream and get some other stuff done. And I've been doing this now. It'll be 14 years in September. And there's a lot of you. You don't want to admit it, right? That you're on. Good morning, Charles. You're on social media for something. And a lot of you either you're looking for ways to make money from home or you're trying and you're not getting the result that you want, or you're trying to learn something or whatever. So I've been doing these every day for a little over a month. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, and it's nothing against people. I know. I mean, there's tons of people that come into this industry. It's probably the most transient space I've ever been in. And not that when you work a job, people come and go because they do, but this space, people beg me for their time and then they're gone like in a month. Or they've been doing this for a week or two and they're screaming because they're not making any money. I didn't make any money the first year I did this. Yeah, Wayne, and unfortunately that does exist in this industry. And I lost a lot of money when I started. I lost like over $40,000. One thing I put $8,000 in, and when it came for the company to pay people, they kept saying, "Oh, it'll be if it was Thursday, it'll be Friday," and then they never did that. And the company actually ended up going out of business. I've been with 16 companies since I've done this that are out of business, and that does happen. But you do your diligence, check out the company, check out the owner. How long has the company been around? I mean, how many people do? Because usually they have a community they build. Good morning, Mark. How many people do they have in their community? You can go searching for reviews of it. And Trustpilot, I've used that, but it depends. I mean, because there's some things that aren't even up there. I guess nobody wanted to go put a review on it. But that's another resource you can check. But you want to check into the things. Now, Mark, you're writing in another language. I only speak English. I don't know, that looks like German, so I can't read that. I only read English, read and write English. Thanks for the gift badger. Thank you for liking it, Mark. But your comment, I don't understand. I only read and write English. If you put your comment in English, I'd be glad to respond. That looks like German to me. And now you've left another comment that's also in German, and I don't read. I only read and write English. So, and if I could get that off of TikTok and go to Google Translate, I would. But right now I can't because every device I have, I'm live streaming in multiple places. TikTok, I'm on my phone. YouTube, I'm on my computer. If you put that in English, I don't know, maybe you don't read or write English. I don't know, but I only read or write English. So anybody that's commenting, or if you're emailing me or anything and it's in a different language, if I do get an email, and if I could comment easily on this live, I would, but I can't. So, and it would be in English, and it looks like maybe you don't understand English because now you've commented 3 times and it's all in another language. Sorry, I only read and write English. I'd be happy to respond to you if you put it in English. So I'm getting up here close to an hour. So if you do have a question, drop in the comments. If there's something you're trying to figure out, and I know I'd be glad to do a training on one of these another day, not today, because we're a few minutes away from an hour, so and I'm going to get off because I got other things I got to do. So if you got a comment now, drop it now. Otherwise, I am here every day. I will be here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I've been doing these. Sorry, Mark, that's the 4th comment. Looks like German to me. Okay, there. Okay, thanks, Wayne. Mark, you want to go to my website. You want to go to payudaily.com, or since you're on my TikTok account, you can go to my profile. There's a link there. Click it. It'll take you to my website. You can put your email address in, watch the 2 videos, read the page. You'll get an email from me. Watch that and read it. There's a link there for the PDF. It's free. You can download it, save it to your computer. It's yours to keep. And if you've got any questions, respond back to me to email. Thanks, Wayne, for putting that. Yeah, I don't know if he can understand English, Wayne. I know he's new to me. I haven't seen him before. I mean, I've gotten a few people that have sent me emails in another language. If it's an email, I can, go to Google Translate but thank you for doing that. I can go to Google Translate and translate it and then respond that way. But if I'm responding back to him in English and he doesn't read or write English, that's a problem too. So, yeah, I'm not bilingual. I did take between high school and college 4 years of Spanish. I can still probably count to 10 in Spanish, but I don't know it enough to have a conversation. Okay. TikTok's warning me again because when I get to the point where I'm almost in an hour, they're gonna tell me that, if I don't, had to do a puzzle, they're gonna cut me off. So if nobody has any questions, I'm over an hour now. I will be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you again tomorrow.